Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths, where we're on land, we are in Ashes, just because Ashes has lovely rough terrain to play with, and this is just a quick video to show off something that really should have occurred to me a long time ago, since I am a huge fan of Azipods, which is just propellers on spin blocks that help you steer very, very nicely. They make me so happy. And, well, this is the land equivalent, which I only am talking about because I was reminded of their existence the other day by Azertracks, who is lovely, it is confirmed, it is absolute gospel truth, and he was experimenting with them just very briefly because the Land Marauder in Ashes of the Empire has them, and I never really noticed that, which is a little bit embarrassing because I think I've blown that thing up at least twice, for realsies, like out of the designer in the campaign. So here we are, Azitracks. So what are Azitracks? Well, as you can see on this little test vehicle right here, which I'm really quite fond of actually, because it's fun, Azitracks are just, well, tracks, or just wheels, I guess you could call them Azzy wheels as well, that are on spin blocks, and the spin blocks are set to respond to your input by the AI, and then the thing moves. And what that results in is, well, potentially, more on that later, a very maneuverable land vehicle that, well, it goes pretty fast, well, decently fast. It is not particularly difficult to get a land vehicle over 40 meters per second because wheels are just really, really power efficient like that. Like, it really doesn't take much power to get them to go zoom, zoom, zoom. And this thing is fishtailing all over the place, and it is absolutely grand. We're on an epic road trip. And so yeah, let's get into how these things work. So I'd like to say they're super easy, but they're not, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong with them. In fact, the other vehicle, which I'm going to show you in a second, took way too long because I was finding out all the drawbacks of these things. So here we have our spin block, and the angle control is set to your right 0.2. This is just so if you're wondering what orientation the spin block is, because that does affect what your input is, it looks like that. Whoa, hello, we're really going for it. We're in the rough now, we might not make it. But anyway, let's see here. So this thing is facing forward, top down. Yeah, we really shouldn't be here. This is why I have rubber on the rest of this thing. Can we even do... Whoa, we can whoa, this thing can climb. Damn, it helps that it's very light. Oh lord, we're gonna fall in the hole. Oh lordy, we're gonna fall in the hole. We're gonna fall... We're not gonna fall in the hole. Damn. Did I accidentally make something good without meaning to? But anyway, so if your spin block is orientated like that, picture tells 1,000 words. If it's on the front, it's set to your right. On the back, it's set to your left. In this particular case, this thing has 3 rows of wheels per Azitrack, or per spin block, I should say. And they've all set to automatic tracks, which is why they've kind of stuffed up a little bit. It is apparently skipped 2 wheels each, but you know what? That's fine. And yeah, the thing zips around and is very maneuverable, and it's very, very nice. Managed to get itself out of that hole. I don't think my other vehicle can do that. Where are we? Why are we here? Oh, it's because you managed to screw yourself over, that's why. So yeah, there are disadvantages of this, and one of which is, like, ideally, and in theory, this works great for long, narrow vehicles, which would otherwise have really lousy turning radius with regular tracks that are on the hull itself. Oh, now we're going in the hole. Yay! You're in the hole. You're in the hole. Physics be damned. I think we are actually stuck. Yep, we're stuck. We are stuck. Let us help ourselves out here. Or we can merge with the ground. Oh, let's turn quad mode on. Alright, so while our thing fumbles in the hole a little bit, let's go over there. And let's turn the UI back on. And let's scoot invisibly over the land. Right, so one problem with that is that if your craft is too narrow and it does something like this, unlike a ship using Azipods, it's highly likely to tip over. In fact, we can demonstrate that quite nicely with the second vehicle that I built for this. More of a fully functional one, still kind of a test vehicle, so don't at me on Twitter. This is the Azzy tank, which I'm very fond of, even though it's very, very obvious that I am very out of practice at building tanks at this point. So, if we don't have roll thrusters on this thing, which this thing badly needs, if we try and... oh, I don't know, if we try and do stuff like this, we are probably going to tip over at some point. Let's see, can we tip over? Can we tip over? No, I spent too much time on this, clearly. But yeah, I had a lot of trouble with this thing, simply because the thing was just too narrow and it would just flip over. And so, like, don't go nuts with these things. You do want to make it just a little bit wide enough so it can do this. And unlike Azipods on a ship, Azitracks do tend to mean the thing fishtails around a lot. So you'll see this thing tends to Tokyo drift quite a bit. And you can mess with the friction settings on the wheels to alleviate that somewhat. But you're still going to get a lot of slipping, sliding around. And in case you're wondering what this thing is armed with, this is a 150mm gun that fires less than 10 shots per minute. So it's not very good. That is less than ideal. But it can take on things more expensive than it, which is hilarious. Watch the scrapworks absolutely destroy us, though. So yeah, Azertracks, they're great fun. I'm not sure they're really that much better than regular wheels. This thing has no active defenses whatsoever, by the way. It's just armor and driving around like an idiot. And, so yeah, this thing, Azertracks, has no heat signature, though. Steam power for the win. Yeah, they're good for maneuverable vehicles. They're good for style points, simply because it's really cool just to see the little tracks go wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. But if you want something that doesn't fishtail around like a crazy person, you're probably better off with regular tracks. And, like, these aren't the options. Land vehicles, you've got a lot of options. You've got rubber skids, you've got hover tanks, you've got all that kind of stuff. Also, I have an uncanny knack for making things that do not steer very well. So this thing often retreats from the target when it really shouldn't, which I'm not, like, tremendously impressed by. Also, as typical with my designs, this is spiritually a canoe if it isn't actually a canoe itself. It's hard to tell the front from the back of this thing, which I'm not proud of. I do like it, though. Like, it's not good. Please don't copy this tank design. Copyright, but no, it's just because it's not good. I should probably also show you the shell this fires, just for people who are curious. And if you want this thing on the workshop, well, why not? Oh, I think we won. Cool. So this shell is kind of silly. It is mostly HE, a little bit of heat, and it's armor piercing, which is just dumb. Or at the very least, it needs a much better rate of fire, although we are winning, which is hilarious. It's hilarious to... Yeah, cool. We've won, I think. Yep, we've won. Cool. So yeah, that's a short, brief, weird video on Azertracks. I should show you these ones as well. So, similar story. These guys are set to your right. They're set lower, by the way, just 0.1, because if you... Well, precisely, I had a lot of trouble with this guy at just getting it to not roll over. Set it too high. In fact, I'm going to show you what happens. If you set this to, oh, I don't know, set that to 0.5. And you set this to... Stop it. Stop it. Do the things I tell you to do. 0.5, by the way, turns it to about 90 degrees, which is way, way too much for something like this. Do that, you will have a bad day. So yeah, there's less room for error with Azertracks than it is to Azipods. Although that actually... Never mind, actually. That... Whoa! Never mind, I am full of nonsense. Okay. Go over there. You're gonna roll over all stupid-like. Well, you're gonna... you're gonna have real trouble. Never mind, you're just gonna have real trouble getting over there at all. How fast have we got? We've really slowed down. Never mind. I'm full of nonsense. I kid you not. I spent hours trying to get this thing to work. This is... Look at this. This is so silly. Alright, that's it. I'm waffling now. It's time to end the video. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. support support me on Patreon, YouTube membership, if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters, and I will see you next time in From the Depths, where maybe we'll make more tap dancing tanks. You never know. Farewell.